here he is, Jerod Mayo. Good morning, Jerod.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I saw Wiggy walking up this morning. Where are you? Are you guys in the studio or not?
Wiggy,
if you guys are in studio, I'll walk down there.
No, we're in Brighton. Wiggy did not pay attention to his coach here at the radio station. Let me ask you.
99 and 1. 99 and 1.
A guy doesn't listen to his coach and goes to the wrong location for practice. I'm assuming that he would be sat or something like that. Am I right about that?
Hey, man, I live that life. Just got to get the one back with the group, so it's all good.
I was showing up for maybe a walk-on tryout. No one was there, though.
I know you had a meeting with the guys. Anything important that you need to announce on this show as a result of that, or no?
Not at all. We have normal squad meetings almost every day, and so today, it's a bonus day for us, and kind of went through some corrections from the last game and put some things into perspective. That it's early in the season, and we're still trying to figure this thing out. As a coaching staff, as players, and we'll get better. When we talk about the North Star, we just got to get better every single week. And Thursday night obviously wasn't reflective of the things that we talked about. So, I also took them through, some of the storylines around the league that started back in the spring. Super Bowl contenders, or the Steelers. They went 0-2 in the preseason. Everyone, or 0 whatever in the preseason, and everyone was panicking. These guys are sitting there at 3-0, and so look, it's the NFL, and any given Sunday, teams can go out there and perform and win a game, and we just need more consistency across the board.
Now that you've had some time to digest and reflect and watch film, is Thursday night still as ugly as it looked in real time, or are you able to take some positives out of that?
I'll be honest. Look, Thursday was a very ugly day and ugly game. One thing we always hang our hat on is being able to control the line of scrimmage, and you guys have heard me say it time and time again, couldn't do that. We just, going back to the Wiggy thing with the 99 and 1 or the 10 and 1, you got 10 guys out there doing the right thing. If one guy doesn't do the right thing, then it's a bad play, and it can cost you. And that's the, I wish I had a crystal ball to tell guys when it's going to be a huge play, and I just don't have it. It's important that we maintain our focus every single play.
Jerod, one of the things that you talked about was wanting to, just push the ball downfield, maybe taking advantage of that, 15 to 20 yard, football area where you can get involved in the passing game there. You guys average 1.8 yards per pass. What do you think you have to do differently to get this passing game going, especially to that intermediate, mediate, and, deeper shots down the field?
Yeah, we tried to get to the play-action game because we have been running the ball so effectively. And so, we tried to get into that intermediate through the play-action games. It just didn't work out. We couldn't protect the quarterback, whether we're talking about boot plays or play-action or anything like that. And, it was a struggle all game. And the more I learn about this team and our identity, the more, you sit there and say, we have to control the clock. We have to control the ball and the line of scrimmage, and that's through running the ball. Now, in saying that, we have to be able to throw the ball, off of those run plays and give teams, keep teams off balance.
Jerod, well, I'm sure you don't want.
I don't want to. I will say this. Like, I don't want to. I'm not going to sit here and just focus on the offense. Like, what happened against the Jets, it was all three phases. It was coaching as well, and I'm the first one to raise my hand and take responsibility for the team that we put out there on Thursday night.
Well, I'm sure you don't want it. I'm sure you can learn a lot about the guys that you do have on your team after a loss like that. Standing here today, what have you learned about them?
Well, it's still early, so we practice later on today. And, my message to the team, once again, is, win, lose, or draw, we have to turn the page, and we have to play better football. And that's kind of what we talked about this morning. We could have easily – I shouldn't say easily, but, the Seattle game, that could have been another win. And, sitting here at 2-1, I think people feel a lot better, but that's not the case. And we can't go back and replay that game. It's about looking forward. And today it's really all about NEP. It's about the Patriots, and it has nothing to do with anyone else. It's about things that continue to show up on film that cost us, and that's what we're going to focus on today before we get into the next game.
Jerod, immediately following the Thursday night game, you said that everybody is going to be evaluated individually and that you hadn't spoken with the coaching staff yet related to the quarterback. And then Friday morning on the Zoom call, you said you're 100% behind Jacoby. What shifted from the end of that game Thursday night and then the next morning where you were much more assertive in discussing the quarterback position?
Well, no, it's a great question. I couldn't sleep, and so I watched all the film, all three phases, through the wee hours of the morning. And after watching the film, I still feel that Jacoby gives us the best chance to win football games, and we're 100% behind that decision.
Now,
what did you see from Drake Maye, though? You got to see, his first regular season NFL action, 4 minutes there. What did you see, and what did you like and not like?
No, I would say first, the one thing I liked was just the toughness. He took a couple of hits when he was in there. He also made some plays with his feet, which I thought was very encouraging. And just like, on the other side, just like any other, rookie quarterback or a quarterback without a lot of experience, there were times, you see him looking at the rush, and that's a natural thing, and he just has to get over that hump, and that comes with more playing time.
And when you talk about, because you had said that, it's always a competition, everybody's competing, even though you're at the point right now and you say, all right, Jacoby gives us the best chance to win this week, is it still something that where you're going to see, Drake getting opportunities in practice, and is it still really a week-to-week 100%. Thing with Jacoby Brissett?
I would say, look, Jacoby's our quarterback. I don't want to really deal with the hypotheticals, but I will say, every position it is a competition, and once again, I just think that Jacoby gives us our best chance.
Can you evaluate?
And that's the balance. So that's the balance. And the next question you're going to ask: can you have a true evaluation of Drake if he's not getting the, let's say, 50-50 split? And I think we can. And once again, because he's not out there, all the time with the ones, he is, getting a lot of reps out there on the field, and we'll evaluate those reps.
Well, I was going to say, can you get
whether
a true
whether it's the showtime or anything like that? But go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say, can you get a true evaluation of the two of them with the offensive line the way it is currently constructed?
I would say it's tough. It's tough at this point in saying that. When you look at our team, these guys, the offensive line. We struggled a little bit in protection. I would say, going back to the Seattle game, the first half protection was a lot better than the second half protection. So even with that, with those moving pieces, we're still trying to figure out, all right, who are the best five to protect the quarterback, and then we'll go from there.
I'm an overthinker, so I've been asking this question a lot, but Drake better than anybody else. Does it worry you at all that he may overthink the 4 minutes that he had in game action if he doesn't see the field again for quite some time?
It doesn't worry me. He's one of these guys that, he comes in here with good energy every day, and he's going to take full advantage of every rep that he gets. This guy just loves football, and I can appreciate that.
Jerod, in the week leading up to the Thursday night game, or the 2 to 3 days from Sunday to Thursday, Pop Douglas made his feelings known that he was unhappy with the number of touches he had in the first two games. Any concern that you reward the behavior of a player speaking out about their involvement with an immediate sign in the next game of getting him the ball right away?
One thing I would say is, I can appreciate all the players that, have the ability to touch the football, the receivers, the backs, whoever it is, wanting to have the ball in their hand. I definitely appreciate, even when those guys are frustrated, I understand that. And now in saying that, we have to do what's best for the whole. And that's a game plan, week-by-week situation, and we'll see how it is going forward.
Jerod, you played the game, I played the game. When you talk about the offensive line struggles, what is it that you're seeing on film that is creating these issues? Are guys not winning their one-on-one battles because, A, they're just not good enough, or because it's poor technique, or are they bring in more that you can block, or they're not able to pick up, whether it's twist or games? What is the issue that is giving your O-line so many problems, especially in pass protection?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that in pass protection because in the run game, it's totally different. I would say in pass pro, I think the fundamental issue is that we all just have to be on the same page and see the front through the same set of goggles, and we're still trying to work through that. So it's not one particular person on every snap. It's one here, one there, one there, and that's always difficult to get straightened out. But that's our job. That's my job, and that's a challenge or an opportunity that we look forward to correcting.
Kraft was on the field before the game and said that he had picked you as the next head coach 5 years ago. Was that news to you, or were you on the same page 5 years ago?
I wasn't on the same page 5 years ago, so he kept that one close to the vest.
Time now for the Hellman's Mayo question of the week. You can purchase Hellman's at your local Walmart or grocery store and add extra deliciousness and creamy flavor to your game day dishes this football season. Drake Maye said he hung around at the end of that game so he could speak to the GOAT, meaning Aaron Rodgers. Have you given him a little bit of a New England Patriot history lesson as to who the GOAT is?
We all have our favorite players growing up. Growing up for me, Lawrence Taylor was my favorite player. Bo Jackson was my favorite player. I really didn't have a favorite player on New England until I got here.
Who was it when you got here? Was it Tip?
Tip, I'm not that old. You think I'm as old as you?
I'm saying when you got here, Willie Mack?
Tip that got inducted into the Hall of Fame at that point in time. I was a big Brewski, Brady, Randy Moss fan. So.
I was a big Ben Coates fan. So
who was the guy, Jerod, when you first entered that locker room on a team that had just come 2 minutes away from a perfect season? Who was the guy, if there was one, that you got starstruck by?
No, I wasn't on that team. Remember, I came the year after.
Right, when you came in 08.
Yeah, so I came in 08, and I'm like, just like a silly rookie. I was like, well, I might be the missing piece for that one game. But, first game, that was the Brady game. I was like, oh, shoot. But we still had a good team, won a bunch of games that year. And I wouldn't say I was so much starstruck by anyone, but I was very appreciative of the defensive line with Vince Wilfork, Ty Warren, Richard Seymour, and, being able to play with those guys.
All right. Well, we'll let you get to work and get ready to head out and head to the West Coast. And we appreciate you taking the time, as always, Jerod Mayo.
I appreciate it. Is Weedy going to drive out over there, or
he's actually going to drive to? He's going to drive to San Francisco.
That's he's going to miss the flight. Oh, I missed the flight.
All right, guys, take care. Get a spot for me. I'll jump on the team plane. Just let me get a check.
I mean,
no doubt.
I'm hoping that we'll be with you. I don't know what I assume that you'll be right in there bright and early Monday morning, even after coming back from the West Coast. So maybe we'll be with you.
Whatever you guys need.
Okay.
I'll just stay awake.
All right, Coach. All right.
Take care.
All right. There he is.